Welcome back, guys. This is the second episode of the Archery Series Pro Edition, and today we're going to take a look at one of the most useful tools you can have in your bow shop, the draw board. I'll show you how to choose one, how to mount it, and most importantly, how to use it properly. Now, if you're using a Last Chance Archery press, the best option you can get is the Last Chance Archery Draw Board. It mounts directly onto the press. That means you save installation time and, just as important, valuable space in your workshop. It's a simple and very smart way to keep your bow shop clean, organized and efficient. Extremely well made, reasonably priced, durable and very effective tool. If you don't have a Last Chance Archery press, you can still use this draw board without any problem. You can simply mount it on a wooden workbench. The only thing to keep in mind is that the bench should be fairly tall, so you can operate the draw board comfortably while working on the bow. Before we start, let's quickly go over the specs. As usual, the winch and the bow holder come mounted on two different bracket sizes. The standard version is designed for the standard Last Chance Archery presses, which use larger steel tubes and therefore require the larger draw board brackets. The Ultimate version is made for presses in the Ultimate series, which use smaller steel tubes and come with smaller draw board brackets. So when you order yours, make sure you select the correct version for your Last Chance Archery press. In the package you'll get the bow holder with an elevation adjustment plate that lets you precisely set the distance between the bow grip and the D-loop so you can match it perfectly to your specific setup. The holder uses a V-shaped grip that adapts extremely well to virtually any bow, from target bows to hunting bows. It also works together with two adjustable side plates that provide vertical stability and a rubber strap that holds the bow securely in the grip, preventing it from falling off when you remove the winch hook from the D-loop. You'll also get the winch along with its spacer pipe. The winch comes with a 1-inch strap rated for a 500-pound working load and a 1,500-pound breaking strength. When you draw the bow, it advances in small clicks of about a 1/4 inch, giving you very precise control. And it also has what is probably my favorite feature of this draw board, the reverse clutch. The clutch is always safely locked, so anytime you let go of the handle, the strap stays exactly where it is, it won't unwind. But if you apply a gentle counterclockwise pressure on the winch handle, the strap will slowly and precisely unwind. That allows you to make micro adjustments, and it also lets you safely release the bow from full draw in a very controlled way. The spacer pipe needs to be inserted into the bracket before you install the bracket onto the press. Its purpose is to position the winch at the correct distance so it lines up perfectly with the bow holder. You'll also get 4 lag bolts to mount the draw board to a wooden workbench. Now, quick tip here, instead of using lag bolts, I recommend mounting it with carriage bolts and butterfly knobs, just like we did for the bow press. That way you can quickly remove the draw board when you don't need it and just as easily put it back when you do. Lastly, you'll also get 2 additional felt spacers. These are used to fine-tune the bracket thickness so it fits perfectly inside the press tubes, which can vary slightly due to manufacturing tolerances. We'll take a closer look at if and how to use them in just a minute as we go ahead and install the draw board on the press. Start by removing the plastic caps from your Last Chance Archery bow press. Next, insert the spacer pipe into the winch bracket before installing the bracket onto the press. Then slide the winch bracket into the right arm of the press and the bow holder bracket into the left arm. Check that they hold firmly inside the tube. If there's any wobble, add a layer of felt included in the package to one or both sides of the bracket. That said, doubling up the felt is almost always too much and will make it extremely difficult to insert and remove the bracket. Personally, I prefer removing the felt altogether and using layers of masking tape instead, which lets you adjust the thickness of the bracket to a more precise fit. Make sure you do this after putting the winch spacer in, or you won't be able to install it anymore and you have to remove all the extra filler, install the spacer and redo the job. The original draw board setup with the winch on the right and the bow holder on the left is perfect for left-handed bows. The cables and draw stops face the operator, making it easy to check timing, and the arrow rest timing cord is also right in front of you, so it's simple to work on it. If you want the same level of accessibility on a right-handed bow, which I strongly recommend, you'll need to switch things around, mount the winch on the left and the bow holder on the right, and reverse their pulling and holding direction. To do that, rotate both components by 180 degrees in opposite directions, clockwise for the winch, counterclockwise for the bow holder. The bracket itself can only be rotated 90 degrees, you can't flip it upside down because it'll hit the press finger mounting bolts inside the tube and won't slide in. The remaining 90 degrees of rotation has to come from the winch and the bow holder themselves, which is actually very easy to do. Let's start with the bow holder. Remove the elevation adjustment plate and reinstall it on the outer face of the bracket. Remove the bow holder bar and reinstall it on the opposite side of the holder so it sticks out toward the outside. Remove the V-shaped grip and the two adjustable side plates. Flip the V-shaped grip and the two adjustable side plates, then reinstall them facing outward. For the winch, remove the 3 flathead screws, do not touch the 4th screw, the one with the cylindrical head, cause the whole winch mechanism will come apart. Rotate the entire block 90 degrees clockwise and reinstall the 3 screws. One last tip, wrap a couple of turns of electrical tape around the outer edge of the bow holder bar so you don't risk scratching the bow riser when placing the bow in the holder or removing it. Now let's see how to properly use a draw board. Place the bow grip into the holder, then tighten the side plates just enough to gently hold the bow upright so it doesn't lean to one side or the other while you're drawing it. Secure the rubber strap so it doesn't fall forward. Place the metal hook into the D-loop, then run the safety loop around the string and back into the hook. So if the D-loop fails, the bowstring won't be released. First, adjust the bow holder elevation. There are a lot of theories and measurements out there. This is how I do it, plain and simple, in a way that makes sense with the bow's dynamics and applied forces. If the bow holder is all the way up, when you start pulling, the bow will tilt slightly upward. As you lower the bow holder, the bow will tilt less and less upward until it stays perfectly vertical. That's the direction of pull that most closely replicates what your hand does. Just find the sweet spot between all the way up and all the way down, where when you start pulling the bow, it stays vertical and does not tilt. It'll take a few tries. Let's then adjust the bow holder horizontally, loosen the horizontal bar locking screw, then position the bar so the alignment notch sits right at the edge of the vertical adjustment bar. That should line up the holder and the winch perfectly. Just look at the pulling strap from the back toward the bow and make sure it's pulling perfectly in line. If needed, make small left and right horizontal adjustments to the bow holder until the strap lines perfectly with the bow. Always knock an arrow for safety before pulling the bow, and you're ready to use your draw board to check cam timing, arrow rest timing, peep alignment, draw weight, and more. All things we'll cover in detail in the next videos. One last caveat, with the draw board installed on the press, you use the winch to bring the bow to almost full draw, then you micro adjust the draw length with the press handle, extend the press to increase the draw, and retract it to decrease the draw. This lets you finally set the draw stops close to the cables to check cam timing or pull slightly into the wall to set the correct tension on the arrow rest timing cord. In the next episode, we'll review, install and learn how to use the bow vise. Stay tuned and please subscribe and like the video to help the channel grow.